No, tiro aquí. Está más fácil.
Jogar sério. Você escuta o que eu falo. Mas eu escutei os caras.
É meu.
What the heck is going on here?
My goodness. Apa tu Malaysia? Ini je. Itu buat kalau betul. Tu buat. Ini tu buat.
You and Danny.
Chapa hielo. Chapa hielo. Tu deberías ser árbitro, deberías evitar. Ahí está. Solo es el
I become you understand, huh?
Dale con la cagadera.
Otro no gangaría mojas ahí.
Dale con la cagadera.
Give him that. Give him that. Hey, where? Where?
No, tiro aquí. Está más fácil.
We'll come back.
Huh? What did you do? Okay, you should actually do a snowman. The snow should not end before you do a snowman. Thank you guys, Maze. Welcome back to the channel. This is Sirgents, and of course thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please do that thing here. So right now I'm back again in Minnesota, and I have a friend here, and we want to discuss some of the challenges, some of the things that we go through in a foreign country as people who move from Africa. And I have these friends here that I want to introduce to you, and we'll be sitting here in this gazebo. This is something they call a gazebo. It's so much frozen, but we hope we'll be able to go through this snow. So let's go. Why didn't you walk here? So this is how we do the barbecue sometimes in winter, and these are my friends. I want to introduce them to you.
Oh yeah, I'm Felix Kinanga.
Master Vini mwenyewe hapa.
Master Vini mwenyewe. We have to talk in English because we want to share the video to everybody who doesn't even know Swahili.
Yes.
That's why I'm doing this. So guys, welcome back. So can you see yourself?
Yes, I can try to see myself.
Oh, so for me personally,
I can't see myself.
you can't see yourself, but you're in there somewhere.
Oh,
So for
okay.
me personally, I'm from Africa, in a place called Kenya, in a very remote area.
Oh,
You know, my experiences being in the US are different. I don't know how your experiences were, you know, like from the flight, being the first time you're flying, and those kind of things. So today we're discussing about the challenges, some of the things that were culture shock, the things that you didn't expect. As someone who has come from a foreign country to the US, you know, the things that you expect, you know, like when I landed in Atlanta, I thought I'll find people saying, yeah, you know, man, I got a lot of money, you know, but I didn't see that. So some of the culture shocks that you went through as you're coming to the US.
Oh, okay. So I think for me, my first land was in Chicago. That was my first, can call my first landing place. So what happened over there? I missed my flight from the word go. I missed my
Oh, you
flight.
missed your flight.
Yes, I missed my flight because when I was in the Homeland Security, so they had a lot of shaking and my fingers were very cold.
In Chicago.
Yes, in Chicago, in the Homeland Security. So
Yeah.
they tried to warm me up so that
They warmed you up?
yes.
Really?
So that my fingers can just go through the machine
Uh-huh.
and it can be able to take the fingerprint. So they gave me like a kind of a waiting place to wait for some minutes.
Did they
Then,
put like water, hot water or
No,
something?
they just gave me kind of a warm glove,
Uh-huh.
which I put in my fingers,
Mm-hmm.
and they told me to start somewhere warm. So the culture shock was when I was talking to a receptionist,
Mm-hmm.
explaining that I've missed my flight,
Mm-hmm.
but they couldn't understand my accent. So I was speaking in
accent.
my African accent, and for them they were speaking so fast in a Chicago accent.
And
so
you're saying I missed a flight, but now I think
yeah, I
the
was saying,
words are
I
improved.
missed my flight. Oh, what? So they don't understand my accent. So I had to even try to write like
Like you write, I missed
Yes,
my
I
flight.
sounded so illiterate. Like I was so illiterate to them. So I think culture shock was first of how my African accent and the way I was approaching situation.
Did you see people seeing you differently as an African compared to a black American? Did people see
the people who were making me feel more illiterate is the black American,
the black American?
my fellow black.
So they can see you and say, before you talk, they can see and say, oh, this is African, this is black American. They can differentiate that.
I think it's the way I was carrying my bags.
Carrying your
I had a lot of luggages.
Uh-huh.
So maybe the way I was also talking, they could say that this person is from Africa.
So you came from Africa with a lot of luggage to the US.
Yes. My host had sent me some African food.
Oh.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
so I had carried a lot of African food.
I saw someone brought omena. If you know omena.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the weather? You know, right now we are sitting outside, and it's snow all over. If you can turn the camera, you can see around.
Oh, okay.
So you can see around. There's a lot of snow. We are sitting actually outside, and back home in Africa, people they're not used to this kind of weather. Did you feel like it's something that you didn't get prepared for, like snow and this cold weather? You know. How did you?
I think my first snow, like I was so excited. I just wanted to stand outside when it's snowing. I wanted just a picture of me standing outside on a snow so they can post on Facebook to show my African people that I've just landed in the United States. But the second time I had a shock about the weather is when I was driving my first car and I got stuck in a snow. So I couldn't know like how to get out of there. I didn't have a spade to remove some snow so that my car can move. So I tried to talk to my good friend, my host, and he advised me to call the police.
You called
so
the
I called 911 explaining, hey, this is Felix. I got stuck in a snow. Could you please help? So they were like, did you get an accident or something? So I didn't have gloves. I didn't have like another extra warm jacket. So I can't say like it was a culture shock, but that's something that
You
caught
didn't
me.
expect
I
to call
didn't
the police
expect,
that you're
yeah,
stuck.
Yeah, that I'm stuck.
Wow, that's interesting. There's something else. We can keep walking. We can go inside. So there's something else they call you know, when you come to the US, people have a lot of expectations in Africa. They want to have a lot of money from you. They think you would get money from the trees. How do you handle that? The expectations.
For that one, I cannot talk, but I know how to handle such kind of situation.
But
So-
people say that if you're in the US, you're rich.
I'm very rich for sure, so it's I'm very rich. It's only like you have to have priorities first. You know, like if you have a family, they need to understand your situation. Like
Yeah.
if you are schooling, of course, they need to know like what you are going through. And the most important thing is you need to be very, 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 very honest.
Yeah.
With yourself.
And what about what they call oh, that can go first. Sorry. Excuse me. another thing is about the social life. You know, people don't see a lot of social life that you see in Africa. People being so friendly. You know, those kind of challenges, and you're in a foreign land. How do you handle that? Like social life, you have a lot of friends.
Social life is one of the challenge because social life is one of the challenge because over here most people, they are so personal. They have their own personal space.
Yes, space.
It's not like back home where you can get people just seated somewhere.
Is
Is
it true that people can die of loneliness? And
yes, because if you don't have someone to talk to when you are down, I think you can die because maybe you have depression and you don't have someone to talk to. You don't have people to hang out with because people are busy working to feed their family back home.
what about the foods? The challenges of the foods. Do you find the foods you love from Kenya?
Food. My first food actually I ate in the United States was African food.
This is like the final part, you know. So if someone is in the US for the first time, what can you advise them to do that you did, like the thing that you wished you knew before? What can you advise? Like the thing that you didn't, like what would you different? What can you advise someone?
I think don't have too much of expectation. Too much of expectation. In life, you can make it wherever you are. It doesn't mean that you can make it when you are in the United States. You can make it back home. So it also depends on where the opportunity lands you at. So it's up to you, like, to see an opportunity anywhere you are. You don't need to come to the United States. So the United States, the only challenge people don't know back home is there's a lot of bills that you need to pay, and most people, they go paycheck
Paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth.
Yes.
Oh, so there's also poverty when people are poor.
Yeah, we have people. It's not like way back home. You can't say like people are
We
so
can't
poor,
define
but
poor the same way, but the people who can't really have what they want in life.
Yes, you can get even beggars in the road, but it doesn't mean like most people are poor. But you can get someone at the road like begging or something, but it doesn't mean they are poor. It's only like some mess maybe they made in life, they can't be able to work.
One thing I like about this country is about the fact that if you go for it, if you work for it, you get it. There are no shortcuts. Unlike in Africa where the people want to have shortcuts, here if you sweat, you eat your sweat. You deserve what is yours. That's the good thing. Yeah, so last shot to the people.
Okay, so I will just tell you, like, you can make it whenever you are. You don't need to be more aggressive, like, hey, I have to make it when I'm in the United States. So if you get an opportunity to come to the United States, you can still make it, but it also depends from your inside. So pick up.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and see you again in the next video.